Come along on this complete tour of the famous St. James Hotel and Gunfighting Saloon. Hi, I'm Don, Cowboy Biker Adventures. Come along as we tour the saloon that had many famous gunfights in each room of this hotel. Stick around to the end where I will put up the information where you can actually stay overnight in these rooms and how much it costs. As we tour this hotel and saloon, I added chapters. If you will click below where it says show more, you will see time where you can click on it and skip to that part of the video if you're only interested in that part of the video. Here we just have walked through the entry and into the lobby. Sorry about the lighting. We're going to first tour the saloon where many famous gunfights has occurred. You will also get to see the bullet holes still in the ceiling by that Masterson. Some say he did it on purpose as warning shots. Some say he may not have been as good a shot as people thought, or the legend has it. As we leave the saloon area, which is closed due to COVID-19, after all, this is New Mexico, and this was filmed August the 27th, 2020. We move out to the restaurant area, which is straight ahead and to the right. They also have a large outdoor patio area, which I will show you more towards the end of the video. As we briefly move through the lobby on our way to the first floor of the hotel room, I will show you every room that is open After all, this is a working hotel. Some rooms are rented out and closed, but the good news is most of them are open. There's also a lot to see on the walls, so if you come across something you would like to look at closer, please feel free to pause the video as you need to. On this first floor, we have things like restrooms and offices for the hotel. Our first room was named after Pancho Griego, and he was killed by Allison in the saloon here in the hotel. The next room we come to is the room named after Masterson. The next room up, and the third and final room on the first floor, is named after Jesse James. The hotel has records to prove that all these famous old Western people stayed here. I find it very interesting. This hotel has 2 stories, so let's go check out the second floor. At the top of the stairs, we come to our first room, which is named after Wyatt Phillips. With the velvet rope being down and the door closed, I would have to assume this particular room is occupied at the time, so I was not able to look inside. And if memory serves me correctly, that is the only room that was closed where I couldn't look into. Now we have a room named after William F. Cody. And our next room, still on the second floor, is the one named after Zane Grey. And the next room on the end here on the right, they named Remington. And the room right on the other side of the hallway is named for Fred Lambert. Fred Lambert was the son of Mary Lambert. The next room we come to is actually a suite. It has 2 doors and it's named after Annie Oakley. The next room across the hall is a room they named Governors. The next room here on the right is named after Doc Holliday, and I know everybody's heard of Doc Holliday along with a lot of these others. And since Doc Holliday had a suite, the next room up is still his room, Doc Holliday's, that is. And across the hall from Doc Holliday's suite is Wyatt Earp's suite. Now here's a room marked TJ's. I do not know who TJ is. It's not on the price list of the hotel to rent out. The last and final room on this wing of the second floor is named after Mary Lambert. Let's head downstairs and talk to someone that can tell us more about this hotel.
Hotel, our main building, which is referred to as the historic building. The rooms on this site are set back in the 19th century Victorian style era with modern flair, of course. We have 4 rooms on this site that share a hall bathroom, and we have the rest that have their own private bath. We have rooms that range from a full-size bed to a full with an additional twin. We have king-size beds and our master suite with a king and 2 twin beds. Just across the south end of the building, we have our annex, which is more comparable to your modern-day motel stay. Those rooms will consist of either 2 full or 2 queen-size beds. We also have a king or a queen. Prices throughout the facility will range between $115 and $200 per night, dependent on the building and type and size of bed that you choose.
Cool. And what's your name?
My name's Thea, and I'm the front desk manager.
Oh, thank you for that information. So this is the founders.
So these are all going to be photos of stuff that happened here at the St. James. This gentleman here is Henry Lambert. He founded the St. James in 1872 after he purchased it 2 years prior in 1870. This is his wife, Mary.
That's the room up there named after her, right?
Yes. This is one of my favorite photos. We have a large copy in the upstairs hallway. If you get real close, you have Mr. Lambert, the chef, standing in the doorway, and the founder. You have Mrs. Lambert sitting in the recliner with their children surrounding them.
That's cool. And that's the way it looked originally.
Yes, and that is actually going to be the west entrance outside of the saloon here.
Oh, wow. Nothing personal, but it looked cooler then, didn't it?
I think so.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
We have more this way, I don't know.
Sure, I'm listening and learning.
Okay. So, of course, Lucien Maxwell was the land baron who held the Maxwell land grant, and he resided just across the street north of the building in the Maxwell Mansion. You can see the north end of the St. James here and the Maxwell Mansion. And then you've got the street, the Highway 21 that comes right along there.
Yeah, I hear he was a little shady, the way he got his land.
You know, I hear stories of that as well. He was married into it. I do know that.
Yeah.
And so this is more of the Lamberts, Mr. and Mrs. Lambert and their family here. You have Mary and Henry, and then you have Jean, Fred, Lucy. I'm not sure if maybe this was Katie. And then we have Frank and Bill. Those are all children of theirs. His parents were Robert and Mary Lambert. They came from France. Mr. Lambert, he was on a submarine in the Navy in France, and that's when he made his way to America. And he actually came here in search of gold. It was the gold mining era, and he didn't have much luck with that. He was a chef in the Navy, so he traded in his, as the video says, gold mining pan back for his frying pan. And that's how the St. James got started, really.
Oh, cool. That is neat.
Yeah. It's definitely a very awesome place to visit with a very rich Western history.
Have you ever seen any phenomena you can explain in this hotel yourself personally?
I have heard and seen a few things that are a little unexplainable.
Okay. It does, and I think it's because you're walking the halls of what all these people you've seen portrayed on TV and Westerns all my life, especially with my age group. It kind of gives you, I don't know, a funny feeling. But it's not because of ghosts, I don't think. But yeah, I haven't been here long enough.
Maybe a bond or connection in a sense.
Yeah.
I know just hearing about outlaws and things like that, coming in here, it's like walking into a piece of that history.
Well, they made them all heroes on Westerns, you know.
And it's often consuming. I love the history so much that I tend to allow it to consume me sometimes, which is okay. I'm only benefiting myself and learning, you know.
It is a neat place.
Yep.
I don't think those to code nowadays, though. Those stairs, they seem real weird to me.
Well, there's some things that we're exempt from, considering that
Oh,
we're
I
on the
know.
national
I'm just saying back then they had different standards.
Right.
That's what I meant by that.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Not that y'all are in violation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Well, they are quite steep.
They are, aren't they? Well, I do appreciate your time, Thea.
My pleasure.
And I think I've got it. Here I've included a couple pictures of the outdoor eating area. Hopefully you can get a feel for it. It was very nice. And of course this is part of the restaurant. I also included the menu so you could get a feel for it. Here's another look at the original photograph of what the hotel used to look like. I also have included the price list for renting out the rooms of the hotel and some pictures of some of the other material they give you when you walk in the hotel. Thank you for coming along on this tour of the famous St. James Hotel. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. I try to put out a adventure video once a week. So I hope you subscribe and ring the bell so you won't miss future videos. So until next time, have a good one.